I've finally done it. I've finally done it. After like 3 or 4 months, I'm getting you guys the review of the Sony UBP-X800. And we're going to get into it right after the jump. What is up, YouTube? How are you doing today? Now, before we get started, if this is the kind of content you're looking for on YouTube, you should consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss a beat. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. So it's about time. It's about time. I know I said it was going to be like a month after the unboxing to do the review video, but so many other cool things happened that I couldn't really get around to it. Now, I've been using the Sony X800 4K Ultra High Definition Blu-ray player for quite some time now. If you missed the unboxing, I'll put a link in the description to that video or a card up on my face or somewhere around somewhere so you guys can check out what the unboxing experience is like. As the player goes, coming in at $299, it is an entry-level 4K Ultra High Definition Blu-ray player, but it has all the standard features that you're going to need. The one thing that I don't like at all are the home screen and the menu system. It is a Sony, so it does borrow its menu system from the PS4. So if you're used to that, then you're used to this. The one thing I really do not like is the home screen. The home screen, come on, Sony. You could have done better than that, bro. Really? Anyway, that's my biggest gripe. Other than that, everything else works as it should. I tested out tons of 4K Blu-rays. I tested out a burned Blu-ray I made myself. It's the 2016 Dolby Atmos demo disc, and I'll be making another video about that as well. That worked. I tested out SACD with Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon SACD 5.1 mix. That sounded great. I tested out 3D Blu-ray with Passengers, and that worked out great as well. The one thing that this 4K Ultra High Definition Blu-ray player does not have is Dolby Vision support. As of this time, July 1st, 2017, I have not read anywhere that it is going to get Dolby Vision. I've heard a bunch of rumors about it, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen or not. The one thing this player does have above the Oppo UDP-203 is the fact that it has streaming apps. Now, from my testing, only Netflix and YouTube are 4K. It looks like Voodoo does not have 4K support, even though it says I own UHD titles on Voodoo. I only have access to the HDX. You'll see that later on in the video. Now, if you were to step it up to, say, an Oppo UDP-203, you would definitely get a much better, a much higher resolution, and just a higher class of player, especially in the menu systems, and of course build quality. Now, the build quality in the Sony X800 isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good and a little bit better than the Samsung M9500 I checked out a few months back. All in all, for a basic entry-level 4K Ultra High Definition Blu-ray player, the Sony X800 definitely fits the bill. So sit back and relax. I know it's a long video, I'm so sorry, but I went through and checked out everything I could check out, and I did everything with the Sony X800 player that I did with the Oppo UDP-203. So let's go upstairs and get into it. All right, what's up, everybody? I got both cameras rolling, one on the remote and one on the TV. So here we are with the Sony X800 4K Ultra High Definition Blu-ray player. Here we are at the home screen, which is, I think, its biggest drawback. This biggest fail on Sony's part is this. This is it. Let's go check out what we got in here. You know, here are your apps on the right, my apps, and then featured apps on the left. We'll go into apps in a little bit. Let's go up to update services. It's checking the internet. It's acquiring content. Internet content is ready. Okay. What does that mean? Oh, Pandora's added. Pandora just got added. All right, we got Passengers disc there. We have a USB device, screen mirroring. We're not even going to get into that nonsense. All right, so let's go into setup. and just kind of check out what we've got. We've got a software update, accessibility settings. Don't really go through here. Screen settings. HDR output is set to auto. It's just auto and off, so you want to keep that there. Display type is a TV and not a projector. Now here's where you can set your scaler right here. I keep everything on original. Output video resolution. 24p output, you want that on auto. If you don't know what 24p is, majority of the movies are made in 24 frames per second. 4K upscale setting, it's either auto 1 or auto 2 or off. I keep it all on off. I would rather the TV upscale. Color space, best to keep it on auto. You can mess with that if you really like to. HDMI deep color out, that's definitely needs to be on auto. That deals with your HDR. IP content, oh, this is for yeah, your kids and stuff. 3D output set to auto. TV screen size, I've already set this to 65 inch. That's what I got. What other options do we have? Oh, you're not limited. You just dial it in and hit OK. Perfect. TV type 16:9 or 4:3. Most of you are going to pick 16:9. Screen format is normal. So this just does a full screen on whatever content is not 16:9. So any, like, 480p old school non-letterbox DVD. I also have DVD set to letterbox. Cinema conversion mode is on auto, and pause mode is also on auto. So let's get out of screen settings. Audio settings. Now here's one thing that you definitely have to do is if you want Dolby Atmos or DTS:X, you need to come in here. The very first thing you need to do is go to BD audio mix setting and turn it off. It is on by default, and when you have it on by default, you do not get any of the new encoded audio like DTS:X or Dolby Atmos. So you want to make sure this BD audio mix setting is set to off. That's the most important setting that you need to set at the very beginning when you get this player. Otherwise you will not get Atmos or DTS:X, and you'll be wondering what's going on, and it's very convoluted situation in the manual to get it to work. So digital output, you want it to keep it to audio. DSD output mode is set to off. I don't have any DSD format, so I don't use it. Setting all of these things, you really don't need to. You can keep most of them on auto. Chances are, if you're getting a player like this, you're not really going to be getting all crazy with the settings. Let's see what's in Bluetooth settings. This is for wireless playback with whatever device you've got. BD/DVD viewing settings. These are all your language settings. If it's a hybrid disc, it defaults to Blu-ray disc. That's what this one is for. DVD audio playback. This one will prefer the DVD audio content as opposed to DVD video content. Okay. Parental controls, password, and other restrictions for, if you have kids and you don't want to let them play stuff. SACD, so if you're using a hybrid disc like I have, I used Pink Floyd's, oops, are you not getting that? Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon to get there. Or to test out the SACD player. System settings. This is your language, your HDMI settings. That's always on. I didn't go in and change any of this, so this is all just the standard stuff. You guys are probably going to keep all of this the way it is. And software license, system information. If you really want to go in here, this is what you got. And let's see, let's go back out. Network settings, your basic stuff here. Getting your network going for the player. And let's see, what is this? Easy setup. That'll take you through all the steps of setup. Restarting, this is cool. I will be doing this when I am selling this machine so that the, you know, you don't get my passwords for all my cool apps. That's pretty much it on all of these setup options here. So let's go through the remote here. We've got open, close, we've got TV power, we've got power to the Sony X800 unit. Net service, let's hit that. Where does it take us? It takes us to Netflix. Well, that's an odd little situation. Why would it take us to Netflix? Okay, let's go back home. Okay, let's go TV input. Oh, that's supposed to deal with the TV. Bluetooth. What do we do in Bluetooth? Oh, it's starting to scan for devices. You won't find any devices on the Bluetooth because I'm using both my iPad and my iPhone as cameras right now. So let's go back home. Okay, let's go to the favorites. No favorite app. Do you want to register? No, I don't. Okay, so you register your favorite apps and it goes there. Netflix obviously takes you to the Netflix button. The Netflix app. There you go. Okay. Now to get into an actual... all right, so you've got your top menu here, pop-up menu here, return and options. You got it up, down, left, right with your OK selection in the middle. Your home button is here. And all your functions for your DVD viewing and CD viewing, CD listening, and all that's going to be here. So let's go ahead and play the disc. I put in passengers. Oh yeah, there's this intro thing. How do I get past this intro? All right, so let's just go ahead and hit play. Got the screen for HDR. Is it ever going to start this fucking movie? Jesus Christ. All right, so why don't we fast forward? Okay, you get a little fast forward. Boom, hit play. We're going to fast forward in this area. We're going out by chapter. It's its subtitle. DJ, good morning. Wake up, sunshine. Do-do-do. Okay, turned it off. Chinese subtitles, and we go Chinese 4, Chinese 5, 6 French, Italian, Korean, Malay, Portuguese, Spanish, Thai, French, and off. Okay, audio. English Dolby Digital 5.1, and I can verify it's saying, oops, I just changed it from Atmos to that. So let's go back to, there it is, English Dolby True HD, and then boom, Dolby Atmos is on my AVR. Muting and display, and this is all for TV stuff. Oh, display actually does something. Fantastic. Okay, it's telling you we got HDR. It's telling you what audio output we're doing. Tells you the runtime. Gives you a little spot where we are. Chapter 3 out of 16. Telling us we're using the HEVC codec. And yeah, it's giving you a bit rate as well on the video at the bottom. You see that number changing. And then on the top, it's giving you a bit rate of the audio. Fantastic. All right, so let's turn that off. And that's pretty much it for this remote. It's pretty bare bones, but I guess in the $300 price range, that's what you get. Let's go back to home and let's check. Oh, and let's go to Voodoo. All right, here we are in Voodoo. So let us go to my Voodoo and go to movies, and look at that. We do not have anything in ultra high definition. Boo, boo, boo. Yep, HDX. If we just go to where's my TV remote? Here's my TV remote. So if I go jump into my Voodoo app really quickly and go to, look at this, UHD here, UHD on King Kong, UHD on Batman. Let's go to my Voodoo. What do I have in UHD? I've got, oh, it doesn't show there? Oh, that's lame. It says I own UHD for Oblivion. So Oblivion says UHD. What else is UHD? I think there's got to be more. What is this one? Yeah, Despicable Me 2 is in UHD. John Wick 2, no. Great Wall, yeah, UHD. All right, so let's go back over to the Sony. Go check out Despicable Me and Great Wall. Boom. So Oblivion is not there, or Oblivion doesn't have it. Let's go back, and let's go up to Despicable Me and the Great Wall. Despicable Me, no. It says I own UHD, but it only gives me SD and HDX. Okay. And what about Great Wall? Same thing. I own the UHD, but it's only giving me SD and HDX. Okay. So that's that. Let's go back to home. So that's Voodoo. Voodoo does not stream 4K content. Boom. There it is. All right, let's see if YouTube will. See if YouTube will stream 4K content. And the easiest, let's see, let's go in 4K. Oh, ha ha ha. Clearly, I have been on here before. 4K video, let's go. All right. All right, well, it says 4K in the little box. Are we getting 4K yet? Yeah, it looks like we're getting 4K. Okay, let's go back home. And let's hit the Netflix button. All right, let's see what we got here. Continue watching. Where's the 4K ultra high definition stuff? Where is it at? Let's go to search. And let's just type in HDR. And let's go to Marco Polo. Fuck it, why not? All right, beautiful. Looks like Netflix supports HDR 4K ultra high definition streaming. So we've got 4K streaming from YouTube and 4K streaming from Netflix, and no 4K streaming from Voodoo. All right, let's go check out the USB device here. Let's go to video. Let's go to movies. Let's see. I'm using the same ones as last time. Look, we have MP4, we have MKV, we have AVI. So let's check out Dark Shadows real quick. All right. Let's see if I can pause it and then do the display. All right, display, we've got, it's telling us what it is in the upper left. Dark Shadows right below that, 1080 24p. SDR, that means standard dynamic range. Down at the bottom, we've got the input mode. It's USB. We've got AVC is the codec, and it's giving us a bit rate on the bottom for video. It's giving us a bit rate in the top right for audio. Overall, this is a nice little overlay. It kind of darkens the top and bottom for the info here. Doesn't give you too much else, but that's pretty much what we're gonna need. All right, let's get out of this. So return. Or do we actually have to press stop? I think we might actually have to press stop. Yep, have to press stop to get out of it. And it should take us back to our list, okay? Furia 7 on MKV. Let's check that out. Let's do a quick display. Let's pause it. All right, this is coming in 1080 60 frames per second. That's fucking odd. Whatever. Dolby Digital, 2-channel. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's hit stop on this and go to the next file type. That was an MKV. So let's go to Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's see, is this any different? Are we getting any surround, an actual surround? My receiver's saying multi-channel in. Yep, looks like we're getting AAC 5.1. It says it on the top right. 1080 60, and we're also on the AVC codec. All right, let's go check out this AVI real quick. It's Kubo and the 2 strings. All right, Kubo and the 2 strings. It's actually, my receiver is saying Dolby Digital and Dolby Surround. It's saying Dolby Digital 5.1 in the top right, and we also have an XVID in the bottom left. That's the codec, 1080 60p, of course. All right, that's how it's coming in. All right, fantastic. So it'll do that. It'll play file types, MKV, MP4, and AVI from your USB device. Let's go return. Oh. Go here to music. All right, let's go check out the Sade FLAC. No playable. Oh, oops, I'm on movies. So you have to go into music to play any music. Okay, let's go smooth operator. And put the volume up again. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, let's turn the volume down. Okay, so smooth operator's playing. You got your title, you got your album. Top right, you got your bit rate and audio information there. Let's go out. Now this one did not have any artwork, so let's see if the Adele, I think the Adele should have some artwork. So let's go up to Adele. And let me just verify audio is playing. I'm sure it is. Yep, there it is. Here's an interesting difference between the X800 and the Oppo 203. If you were in the Oppo right now, you would be seeing the artwork for the music instead of just this screen here. Wow, it's a little dark on the camera. Oh, well, whatever. Let's go back out and let's go to photo. And I believe the only photo is the one from Adele, the Adele CD. Boom, there we go. Okay, so that's that. And then what else do I need to do? Oh yeah, I will test out the SACD. All right, I just popped in an SACD. It is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Okay. It looks at it as Super Audio CD, and I guess I have to hit play. It doesn't auto play it. Let me get some volume on here. Yeah, there we go. Now it's not giving me an artist or anything like that. Oh, it's saying speak to me up in the top left, but it's not giving me Pink Floyd. It's not giving me anything else. So it's just giving me the title of the track in the top left. And what are we talking about as far as audio codec on the top right? But it's not giving me anything as far as artist, what the name of the album is called. And I believe it does with the Oppo 203. So that is that. So let's take this out. It works fine. I just listened to it a little bit. And let us toss in Passengers in 3D. All right, so let's stop this now and go downstairs and I'll give you my final thoughts. Oh yeah. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Sony UBP-X800 review. Like I said, I've had it for months now and I've tested it out with a bunch of different movies. I've watched movies with DTS:X, I've watched movies with Dolby Atmos. The Dolby Atmos demo disc works. I can even run the Dolby Atmos files from my thumb drive on the player and it'll send bitstream Dolby Atmos to my receiver, so everything's good to go. Pretty much, if $300 is the top of your budget, definitely look at this Sony X800 as your 4K ultra high definition Blu-ray player. You do get a few nicer things when you jump up to the Oppo UDP-203. When you compare the price point, $300 to $550, it is a bit of a stretch. Now, even though the X800 does have streaming apps, chances are if you have a 4K ultra high definition TV, your TV's streaming apps are going to be much better than what's in the Sony. So it's kind of like they tried to give you a little bit, but at the same time, I would have preferred, if you're going to spend $300 on a standalone player and you already have a 4K TV, chances are you already have streaming apps that are going to be better than what the Sony X800 comes with. And honestly, I think they should have taken that time and money and put it into a better home screen and a new menu system, or something a little bit nicer, because that like black with the like white highlight doesn't really do too much for me. You know, whatever. Like I said, if you have a 4K TV, you've got streaming apps already. And if you have an LG 4K TV like I do and WebOS 3.0, you've got way more 4K streaming apps than this Sony X800 player. So it's kind of a moot point. I mean, yeah, it has it, but shit, my Xbox One S has 4K streaming. My LG has better 4K streaming. So I don't know why they put it in. I guess they want to make sure that, you know, it's an all-in-one media center. I know a lot of the manufacturers are kind of going for that. But if you're a smart consumer, you know your TV's apps are going to be much better. And on that note, if you're a smart consumer, you also know that the 4K upscaling is going to be better in your TV than it will in these players. Now, if you have like a really inexpensive 4K TV, like you spent like $200 or $300 on one, then maybe the 4K upscaler in the TV is going to be less quality than what's in the player. But, you know, I can't tell for sure. All I have is a, you know, mid-range one, which is pretty decent, and my premium E6 OLED, which does a great job upscaling everything. So if you take away the app streaming and you take away the 4K upscaling, the Sony X800 pretty much does the same thing as the Oppo UDP-203 at a lower budget, and it just doesn't look as nice. So there you go. That's pretty much it. So if you're looking for a player in the entry level, I can definitely recommend the Sony. I will be selling this, so if anybody wants to pick up mine, I'm probably going to sell it for $249. I don't know really what the prices are on eBay just yet, and of course, that's only going to be for the United States. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.